of damaged homes and mold suppression services to those that may need it. If you or someone you need, or if you or someone you know may need these services, you can give us a call. Our phone number is 540-830-0334, and I have some flyers here that I can give to one of the members to hand out to the public.
Could you repeat that again, Dylan, that number? So
Sure.
Make sure everybody got it.
Yeah, phone number is 540-830-0334. I can give some of these flyers to Terry.
Thank you, Dylan, so much for coming out.
That is all.
Thank you very much.
You're not gonna share those, Terry?
Is there anyone else that would like to address the council? All right, we're going to move to presentation certificates of appreciation through Hurricane Harvey. So what I will do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to call out several people's name and individually present them with a certificate. And then we'll take a picture, and I'm told after that we'll take a big group picture. Then after all the presentation, you're more than welcome to leave. All right? So before I start, I mean, I just want, I don't think anybody in this room will ever forget what happened as a result of these certificates. Dated back to probably late August, the 28th, 29th, we were, at least I was, nervously sitting here watching it as it hit Rockport and what it was going to do. And it was very unpredictable, and it kept coming our way. And then it moved into Houston and stalled in Houston for a good while. And you remember what it did to Houston, and then moved back out into the Gulf, and then came in here in between two high pressures and stayed here for a long time. And from what I understand and been told, it's the largest economic or financial disaster in the United States. I mean, we've had some major storms, but this one didn't spare many. And where people would never probably buy flood insurance, got them too. So hopefully we'll, they call it a 1,000-year storm, and hopefully we'll respect that and not leave and stay here and rebuild and build back bigger, stronger. So, there was a lot of things that I can share with you as a city. We never lost water. That was a critical thing for us in the city through the whole storm when we were barely on an island and just covered up everywhere. So, and we were holding our own for a good while until the water overtook us at the river, pumping the water out of Cooper's Gully, and then the wastewater pumps finally gave away too. But through all of it, we did survive, and as the water went down, we rebounded fairly quick. So anyway, at this time I'll start the presentations here, and I'll call it out in the order that they've given me the list here. We're going to start with Judge Carl Griffith, with GMJ Consulting. Forgive me if I don't get your names right and exactly everything you've done, but from my memory of what Judge Griffith did for us.
Mayor, people don't realize gasoline and diesel turns into gold during a disaster.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Judge Griffith, through previous relationships, knew the demand for gas and reached out to us and coordinated the delivery of fuel initially that kept us going during the very early period of this disaster. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much. Yes, without his effort and support of that, we probably would have lost the water pumps. We'd have probably lost not fuel in our fire trucks and our police. I mean, it goes on and on how much this was so critical, and it wasn't like a week later, it was immediate that this took place. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one, Jim Mullane.
Jim Mullane is with Entergy, replaced Johnny Trahan, and Jim, we were asking for his help, but he was already on the ground in the city to keep the sewer plant running, and he made sure that the electricity to the power plant was connected in a timely manner to keep us going. And Jim, we thank Entergy for your cooperation and your dedication.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pastor Demetrius Moffitt. Thank you so much, Pastor. As I remember, Pastor Moffitt, let me get this around here. He did just about a little bit of everything. He has a church on 16th Street, and he and his wonderful wife and his church family just helped out everywhere. I mean, everywhere, every time we needed something, we looked up and there was Pastor Moffitt. So thank you so much, Pastor.
Thank you so much.
Another thing too is every time we look up, every time we turn around, Pastor Moffitt is in here. He's helping the community and he's helping his people. And I want to make sure, I know he's already gotten 2 hand claps, but man, thank you for always being a help to the people in Orange. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, Gary Hale with Market Basket.
Best breakfast in town.
We've always had a very strong relationship with Market Basket through Skylar and his daddy, Bruce Thompson, over the years. But Gary was kind enough to let us drop ship some of our initial food for the employees' feedings. As it would come in from Cisco, Gary made sure to share freezer space because he was already on a generator, and the trucks could get to him before they could get to us. Thank you, Gary.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. John Duke with Kroger.
Kroger was instrumental in, as we were going into the emergency mode, they opened up their doors like they always have in a past practice and allow us to pick up the necessary necessities for the staff until we can get our food catering contract in place.
Oh.
Okay, next is Mr. Bart Penzick with HEB.
HEB's also been a good corporate neighbor of the city as the other grocery stores in the same fact. They immediately open up access to their property for emergency responders so that we can do that initial feed and surplus of the necessities that we need till we get these contracts into place. And we appreciate that very much, Bart. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Next, Father Sinclair Fubry. Without this gentleman, we would have starved to death. And he provided a beautiful facility at St. Francis out north of the town. And thank you so much, Father.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next up, Mr. Tad McGee with Stark Foundation.
Tad unfortunately had to manage through some of the difficulties with us early on. He was at all our conference call meetings, but very early on offered the services of the transportation section of the Stark Foundation so that we could transport the needy to and from and get them out of some of the high water areas. Tad, thanks again for stepping in.
Thank you.
Mr. Hal Bitsky with Walmart.
Although he's not here, Hal and Walmart were very instrumental in offering their supplies to us and access to their stores. Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Charlie Cotton. This is the man that had the biggest truck anywhere in Texas. That got people to where we couldn't get there with a boat.
Thank you.
Mr. Sheldon LaFleur with recovery efforts.
Sheldon and Kip, and there's one other gentleman that's not here able to attend today. They took on their own time with their own vehicles to do high water rescues throughout town for several hours. We thank you.
Next, Kip Coulter with recovery efforts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, David Claybar, Old Orange Cafe. David was our cook during the, immediately right after in the fire station. You couldn't miss all the good food that he provided, and thank you so much, David, for, I know your place was wiped out, but you instantly responded, and then from there picked all your stuff up and moved out to St. Francis Church. So again, we thank you so much. Okay, Flora Nash, who's she here with David, with Old Orange Cafe. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Brittany Benson. She's not here. She was with me. Okay, that was another one of his helpers. Elizabeth Bergsan.
I'll put it to the side.
Lori Nunez. Thank you, Lori. Mike Searles.
Big Mike.
Thank you, sir. Patty Denton.
Not here.
Candy Artica.
I think that's
Alicia Martinez. I'm here. Estella Reyes. She didn't make it. Okay. Well, that's everybody. Could you all come back up and let's get up and take a group picture, please?
I'm gonna get these for them to hand to them.
Y'all stand up and come in front of this.
I don't know these names. Brittany Vincent.
Just kind of line up right here. We'll try to
Yeah, that's the ones for him. And then these are the other people like from Walmart, I think. And
we'll get them back.
He said in front of the dance.
you guys got to smile now. Come on, smile. Everybody got to say cheese, though. Cheese. Everybody like German cheeseburger.
Before everybody leaves, good to have you. addition to this, without these folks, we probably wouldn't have made it. So, thank you so much, but I want to commend our staff, our police department, police chief, all the police, our fire chief, and all his crew and everybody. I mean, this was around the clock people, Jim Wolf, his crew, and definitely Sean and all his crew and Jay. I mean, you know, it wasn't not 24 hours, but they were just around the clock. And that has all to do why we responded and got back up so quick. So thank all of y'all.
Look, Mary, you made everybody think that it wasn't exciting to be here.
They didn't know what they were doing. So kept having to go
Thank you, sir.
so many
Thank you.
No, your son knew the guy was going on.
He made it sound like they wouldn't be excited to stay for the whole week. Now, usually they get
Right on both points. I saw that in today's Wall Street Journal. I thought you might enjoy
You made it sound like it wasn't fun to be at the Orange City Council meeting.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you and come back.
You sure can.
You doing all right? Mr. Moffett was doing some plumbers in there getting parts. Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get you.
Okay. Yeah, we've been having plenty. A lot of people.
Don't get rid of that. You got time, so don't get rid of it.
That's right.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah, there you go. You can always paint it.
Yeah.
Did you get some?
No, man, thank you. I was messing with you.
And guess what?
Oh, well,
Sometimes like we've been up there twice, somebody hands us tickets.
Y'all ready? We got to get going.
yeah.
Okay, item 7, public hearings. A, conduct a public hearing on a final plat submitted by David Hines for the Oak Alley subdivision. Mr. Hoff.
Yes, sir. This is a 16-lot subdivision on Alley Cane Road. The preliminary plat has been approved, and the Planning and Zoning Commission met, and they recommended approval of the final plat. And this is an opportunity for the public to give their input into the proposed final plat.
All right. This is a public hearing, so if anybody has a comment in the audience, now's the time to come up to the podium and make your comment. On item 7A, the David Hines plat for the Oak Alley subdivision. Council, any comments?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll close the public hearing and 7B, open a public hearing for conduct a public hearing on a replat submitted by First Financial Bank for properties located at 912 16th Street.
Yes, sir. This is a property that First Financial Bank is developing to construct a new bank building on 16th Street. And the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the replat. And this is an opportunity for the public to make comments on the proposed replat.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to come to the podium and make a comment on item 7B? Council?
No, sir.
Okay, I will close the public hearings and move to item 8, resolutions. If it's okay with council, I will read 8A through 8F, and then we will have our motion. Okay, item 8A, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Letcher Theater, Inc. for allocation of hotel motel tax funds for the promotion of the arts in the amount of $45,000 for fiscal year 2018. Item 8B, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with Friends of the Orange Depot for allocation of hotel motel tax funds in the amount of $15,000 for fiscal year 2018. Item 8C, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Heritage House Museum for allocation of hotel motel tax funds in the amount of $30,000 for fiscal year 2018. Item 8D, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Greater Orange Area Chamber of Commerce for allocation of hotel motel tax funds in the amount of $46,000 for fiscal year 2018. And item 8E, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Gulf Coast Cajun for allocation of hotel motel tax funds in the amount of $5,000 for fiscal year 2018. And item 8F, consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with Orange Trade Days LLC for allocation of hotel motel tax funds in the amount of $5,000 for fiscal year 2018. Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any other discussion?
One more, there's G.
Did I miss one? I'm sorry. Okay, let me go to G. Consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with the Southeast Texas Arts Council for allocation of hotel motel tax funds for advertising and promotion of tourism in the amount of $6,000 for fiscal year 2018. Now, is there a motion for items A, B, C, D, E, F, and G?
I'll make it.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed?
I
Motion passes. Item 8H, consider resolution for approval of the City of Orange Public Works Department for purchase 2 high service pumps from Pumps of Houston, a sole source distributor, in the amount of $74,400. Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, yes, Mayor, thank you. These are equipment that we had approved in our new budget for 2018. These are 2 high-service pumps that are dearly and sorely needed at our Link Street water service plant. These replace pumps that are probably about 55 to 60 years old. This particular brand of pump, we've done a lot of homework, a lot of research, and the reliability of these are excellent. Link Street is our main water plant, and we want to replace the old pumps with the best equipment we know that is available. So we recommend the purchase of these 2 high service pumps.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Item 8H, consider resolution, that's one, 8I, consider resolution supporting candidates for the 2018-2019 Board of Directors for the Orange County Appraisal District.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Annually, you're asked to review and adopt or elect who will be the official Board of Directors for the Orange County Appraisal District. The Orange County Appraisal District is that governing board which goes out and assesses value on all taxable property within Orange County. The way you, each taxing entity has representation on this board. The board participation is like a value of stock. For every taxing entity you have in your jurisdiction, you get, let's just say, a voting block. But if you figure that out, the strongest voting blocks will either be the school district, the port, or the county, things that tax county-wide or large sections or cross-sections with the county. So in the past, based on that idea, the council has always deferred its votes to the Little Cypress School District and the West Orange School District. That kind of gives the most representation for the city with the largest voting block or influence in the decision process on the Orange County Appraisal Board. So with that said, the two people that have come up nominated for those two representing entities is A, Huey Allen for the West Orange School District, and B, the Laura Floyd, right, Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
For the Little Cypress Independent School District. So you're being asked to either vote to support this recommendation or not. If you don't, there's no other recommendations to endorse, because you've given your proxies to the two school districts.
I'd like to make a recommendation. I've seen Mr. Allen since I was growing up around town. He's been very influential and doing things around the community, so I think he'd be a good choice for that. And I'm not very sure of who Ms. Floyd is, but if anyone knows her, maybe
I
they
know
can
Ms.
speak.
Floyd, I can vouch for her, and identical to what you just said about him. I'd recommend her.
I recommend Huey Allen. I know him.
Or picking both of them, correct?
Right.
Right.
All you need,
Oh.
all you need is a motion for the support of those two names to represent you on the Orange County
I'll
Appraisal.
make a motion.
Oh, okay.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Discussion action, item 9A, consider a motion approving the final plat for the Oak Alley subdivision submitted by David Hines. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second,
We have a mo-
but they got everything straight to your satisfaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I recommend you approve.
I knew you was working with it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9B, consider a motion approving the replat submitted by First Financial Bank for properties located at 912 16th Street.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9C, consider a motion extending the current contract for liquid polyphosphate for well water treatment for NAPCO Chemical Company in the amount of $65,000 for a period of 1 year from October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018. Mr. Wolf.
Yes, Mayor, this is a motion that would extend the current contract by yet another year. This would be the first of three possible three-year extensions. The amount is for $65,000. It's an annual amount. It serves to provide for the sequestration agent that we use at our Link Street water plant and our Meeks Drive water plant to keep the water clear, and we recommend the renewal of this contract.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9D, consider a motion extending the current contract for Jackson Street wastewater treatment plant biomonitoring sampling by Bioaquatic Testing, Inc. in the amount of $9,420 for a period of 1 year from October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018.
Yes, Mayor, this is one of two major testing or laboratory type contracts that we do. This particular contract provides for what we call the shrimp and fish test. It tests the final effluent versus the river water, our receiving stream. They gather samples on a quarterly basis and a biannually basis, and they run tests for acute and chronic characteristics of our treated effluent. We recommend approval of this.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9E, consider a motion extending the current contract for Jackson Street wastewater treatment plant wastewater analysis by Envirodyne Laboratories, Inc. in the amount of $57,211 for a period of 1 year from October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018.
Yes, Mayor, this is our major laboratory contract where samples are pulled 7 days a week. We're in our second year of a 3-year contract, or a second year extension. And various items are tested daily. Like I say, 7 days a week, continuous.
I make a motion to move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9G, or 9F, consider a motion accepting the extension of the current contract for HVAC maintenance services at the City of Orange buildings by Alliance Mechanical Services through September 30th, 2018 with the same pricing and conditions.
Yes, Mayor, this is a current contract. It started in 2015. It allowed for 3 consecutive year renewals. This is the 3rd and final year. We recommend the renewal of the contract. Alliance Mechanical has provided excellent service, and you know, we're at a price that we've had now for 3 years.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9G, consider a motion extending the current contract for water clamps only by Core and Main, formerly HD Supply, in the amount of $18,889.91 through October 31st, 2018.
Yes, Mayor, each year we go out for water and sewer services hardware. In this particular case, HD Supply, who held the contract previous, had only to get approved. They just recently went through a change in ownership, a name change, and all that they would continue with at the current bid prices that we had under contract was with the water clamps only. So we'd like to renew that to take the benefit of the price that we got several years back. We're gonna have to push forward with the PVC fittings and push forward with service tubing and things of that nature. But at this time, we'd like to renew the water hardware.
Who was second?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any other discussion? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Item 9H, discussion and possible action regarding necessary business resulting from Hurricane Harvey. Dr.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a brief report on the debris removal. To date, our contractors, who we're very happy with on the speed of the work and the quality of the work, they have picked up 154,000 cubic yards within the city limits. And of those 154 cubic yards, 20,000 have reached their final destination, which means they're finally in the landfill and will not be handled any further for the city. That 154,000 represents about 3,956 loads throughout the city. We are also coming up on our conclusion of our first round throughout the city to remove debris. We will give an announcement when we feel we're closer to that first round completion on when the second round will begin. And during that, we'll go out and do a field survey to see and give you an offer or information on whether a third round will be needed. So that's where we're at. That's where we're tracking. And I would have to say the quality of service by the contractors has been a very good job. The next thing I want to do is ask you to table item 11, the executive session. We won't need to do that. But I do need some direction from you as council on some expiring terms on some of our boards or commissions. We want to be able to do it right for you for the first time. So we have a few vacancies, which we always do, and so those we have an answer to. But for those seats that are occupied where the term is expiring, so let's just say I serve on planning and zoning, and my term expired the last day of September. Do you want me, if I'm interested, to reapply, or do you want that position posted for anybody to try to apply for your consideration? What is your pleasure on that?
If
Example.
if it's expiring and they want to reapply, they don't have any limits that they can be on the boards, do they?
They do.
They do?
But you also have an option to waive that. After, I think it's two services normally?
Yeah, it's a total of 8 years.
So, I'm sorry, but the answer is yes and no.
Okay, so if they do have limits,
Because some boards, we had to, I'm not trying to cut you, I'm trying to get all the thought into one process, one question. Because in the past, we've had boards where a guy or a person was terming out after the 8 years. We advertised for the position, nobody applied for it, so we went back to the person that expired so we could keep a quorum and asked them, would you please reapply? Because we have a way of waiving the 8-year term.
I don't see a problem with that at all.
I still think if someone is if their term is expiring, even if they're not, if we have any vacancies or any positions that are available, if we could work with the county record, the Orange Leader, KOGT, let's get it out there so that we want people to know that we're transparent and that we're open and we want anyone and everyone to apply. I think we should go that route.
I agree with that.
Okay. Thank you for your input, and we'll follow your direction.
Thank
Two announcements, and then I'll pass it on to y'all. Reminder of a council workshop Thursday, November 9th in the Danny Gray Room. That is for the presentation to consider either keeping the operation of the sewer plant in-house or contracting that out to a third party to manage and operate the sewer plant. The next meeting is a historical meeting, Thursday, the 26th. That will be held here since there's repairs going on at the neighborhood building, 5:30. And that's all I had other than tabling item 11, Mayor. Thank you.
Do we need to have a motion on table on the?
Right, when you get to it,
Okay.
after y'all's comments.
Okay, we'll move to city manager report.
No report, sir.
City council report, start on my right.
No report.
No report. Just thank you all for coming out.
no report.
No report.
And
Saved it
I'm
all.
gonna say something.
Saved it all.
No, thank you all for coming tonight. It was wonderful to see everyone that was here to receive the awards that were given for those who extended a helping hand. I don't know, will we continue to do a few more, or is this the one and only?
We ran a list going into this, and then after, and then all the staff was asked to submit some names so that we covered all this, and that was the list that we came up with.
Because there's still a few other people that we know of in the community that weren't recognized, and if it's possible for us to do maybe this one more time and hand out a few awards. I mean, I'm only one person, but there are a few people that I know of that did go above and beyond. And I'd like, if we can do that, maybe, if not, I understand.
Sure. If you will submit their names, and if you have any type of contact information, we'll
Yes,
get
sir.
that scheduled and take care of it for
I'll
you.
be with you. And thank you all again.
Okay, I have no report. So at this time, item 11 is adjourned to a close of executive session. Is there a motion to table?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion table. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, council.
Yeah.